Students, in previous class we discussed centripetal acceleration, which is the rate of turning or rate of change of direction of motion of the object executing uniform circular motion. Now in this lesson, we will find the expression for centripetal acceleration. Let us consider an object of mass m moving with a constant speed v and uniform angular velocity omega on a circular path of radius r with center O. Let the object be at point P at any time t, and at time t plus delta t the object be at point Q, so that OP is equal to R1, OQ is equal to R2, and angle POQ is equal to delta theta. It is clear that magnitude of vectors r1 and r2 are same, equal to r. Angular speed of the object is omega equal to delta theta by delta t. Therefore, delta theta is equal to omega into delta t. Let v1 and v2 be the velocity vectors of the particle at points P and Q respectively, so that v1 is equal to PA and also equal to P dash A dash, and v2 is equal to QB also equal to P dash B dash. The magnitude of velocity is constant and equal to v. The change in velocity, that is the change in the direction of velocity in time interval t and t plus delta t, that is delta t, is given by A dash B dash is equal to P dash B dash minus P dash A dash also equal to QB minus PA. So delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. As delta t tends to 0, B dash comes very close to A dash. Then A dash B dash can be taken as an arc of the circle of radius P dash A dash is equal to V. Therefore, delta theta, which is equal to A dash B dash by P dash A dash, is equal to delta V by V, or omega into delta t is equal to delta V by V. After rearranging the terms, it is delta V by delta t is equal to omega into V, or AC is equal to omega into omega r, which is also equal to V by r into V, so that centripetal acceleration AC is equal to omega square r or equal to V square by r. It means when object moves on a circular path of radius r with constant speed v, the magnitude of the centripetal acceleration is V square by r or omega square into r. The direction of centripetal acceleration is same as that of delta V. As delta t decreases, delta theta also decreases, making delta V more and more perpendicular to V. When delta t tends to 0, delta V becomes perpendicular to V. Thus, delta V and hence AC are directed along the radius of the circular path towards its center. This is the reason the centripetal acceleration is also called radial acceleration. In vector form, centripetal acceleration AC is equal to omega cross V. That is, the centripetal acceleration is the vector product of the angular velocity and linear velocity, and the three vectors are perpendicular to each other. We have already seen V is equal to omega cross R. So, differentiating both sides with respect to time, dV by dt is equal to d omega by dt cross R plus omega cross dr by dt. As dV by dt is equal to A, d omega by dt is equal to alpha and dr by dt is equal to v. Therefore, A is equal to alpha cross r plus omega cross v, where A is the resultant acceleration and it is equal to at plus ac. At is equal to alpha cross r, which is the tangential acceleration, and ac is equal to omega cross v is the centripetal acceleration. Thus, resultant acceleration is the vector sum of tangential acceleration and centripetal acceleration. Here we see that when omega is constant, d omega by dt is equal to 0. That is, tangential acceleration at is equal to 0. Hence, the acceleration of the object is only due to centripetal acceleration ac. When omega is 0, centripetal acceleration is 0, which means object moves in a straight line. At is equal to alpha cross r, where alpha and r are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the magnitude of tangential acceleration is alpha r sine 90 degree, which is equal to alpha into r. AC is equal to omega cross V, where omega and V are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the magnitude of centripetal acceleration is omega V sine 90 degree equal to omega into V, which is also equal to omega square r or V square by r. Using various expressions, now we can solve simple numerical problems of circular motion. The first question is, what is the centripetal acceleration of a car driving at 40 km per hour on a circular track of radius 20 meter? The radius r is equal to 20 meter. V is equal to 40 km per hour, which is equal to 40 into 5 by 18 meter per second, which comes out equal to 100 by 9 meter per second. The centripetal acceleration AC is equal to V square by R, which is equal to 100 by 9 whole square by 20. After calculation, it comes out equal to 6.17 or 6.2 meter per second square. Question number 2. The wheel of an automobile is rotating with 4 rotations per second. Find its angular velocity. If the radius of the flywheel is 50 centimeter, find the linear velocity of a point on its circumference. The frequency nu is equal to 4 rotations per second, and radius of flywheel r is equal to 50 centimeter, that is 0.5 meter. The angular velocity omega is equal to 2 pi nu, which is equal to 2 pi into 4, and that is equal to 8 pi radian per second. The linear velocity v is equal to omega into r, which is equal to 8 pi into 0.5 meter per second, which comes out equal to 12.57 meter per second. Next is question number 3. Calculate the centripetal acceleration of a point on the equator of Earth due to rotation of the Earth about its own axis. Radius of Earth is 6,400 kilometers. Here, r is equal to 6,400 kilometers, t is equal to 24 hours, as omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So, it is equal to 2 pi by 24 radian per hour. Centripetal acceleration is equal to omega square r. Substituting the values and after calculation, we get AC is equal to 439 kilometers per hour. With this, we complete kinematics. In next lesson, we will take up kinetics and learn about Newton's laws of motion. See you in the next class.